Welcome to the Panhandle Regional Planning Commission Technology Training Series. Today we're going to focus specifically on the PL1 license through iInfo within the Paris network. To do that, those of you with licenses need only go to the r2beready.com link, which is now the Paris dashboard, customized just for us up here in the Panhandle. This particular view is what your citizens would see. And they still have the ability to register for mass notifications by clicking here under the Residents tab. We'll go ahead and go there as a reminder. At this point, your individual residents would choose the county that they wish to get communications from, and then they can go in and check what type of communications, that they want it from the city or from the county only. Now, when someone chooses that county, they have already defaulted to get that particular county's emergency messages, and primarily those notifications would come from your county emergency management coordinator. If they already have a login, they would log in. Otherwise, they would be a new iInfo registration. So let's get back to the dashboard. There are several other tabs in here, but we're not going to go through them today, but just be aware, and you may want to surf through and see exactly what we've got going on and what you might want to have added. But at this point, for you all, you have a Paris license. So we'll need you to go over to the upper right to sign in and go ahead and sign in utilizing your login with Paris. Now this will automatically bring up the apps that you have based on your particular license level. I'm an admin, so I have several, but you will see MyCom, possibly My People if you are the emergency personnel primary for your department or your organization, and that would be for personnel, not for citizens. And then you'll probably have My Documents and then your own personal profile. When you get into this, your search engine that we used to have on the old one is still here. So if you're searching for a person's name, such as me, you just need to type it in, and this will pull up those people that are primary and alternate contacts for organizations within the Panhandle that have something to do with emergency management or response. Not every citizen and not every department personnel is going to be found this way. Only those people who are designated as primary alternates of key organizations. You can see, like in the old gadget, you're going to be able to have the name, phone numbers, in addition to their email and who they're attached to. You can click on to more info, and then that will provide all the detailed information. You can be found in here because you're a decision maker probably within your organization or your city. Now let's go back out, and we're going to erase that. I'm going to go ahead and put in Panhandle Regional, so you can see that we can also pull out PRPC or a city or a county. And so you can see the different orgs that are part of the Panhandle Regional term, whether it's PRPC or even 911. Pretty much the same as what you're used to. If you want to go and make this be your search engine, you click on Web, and then if you're after, let's say Christmas gifts, you type in gifts, and you're basically going to default to whatever your Internet Explorer is and go that particular way to search for an item. So it is a full functioning dashboard that you can use for both PRPC or for your Paris information, but also you can utilize it for your web searches also. So let's go ahead and get into why we're here, and it's primarily for the My Communications. Now you're going to click on My Communications. It's going to take you to the same interface that you're used to seeing. Templates, drafts, your sent and received. Keep in mind these are sent and received from messages that originated from the iInfo system. So they'll be contained in here, whatever you sent out through iInfo or what you received from other people who sent it via iInfo. The drafts are literally that, but the most important one that I want you to focus on is going to be templates. Now your templates are something that you're going to want to create so that you have some semblance of a message already developed prior to that emergency occurring. It may be a 911 tornado on the ground. If you're a fire department, it may be a callback shift that has everybody in there. Maybe you're issuing a boil order notice for your particular jurisdiction. Maybe it's just to let people know that there's a burn ban in place or that the burn ban has been lifted. So there's tons of different templates that you may want to create for your jurisdiction. Now, as you get started, I want you to go over here into Preferences, User Preferences, and make sure that your default organization is correct. By doing the drop down, you can see whatever you have permission to be in, and then you're going to choose that particular organization. Down here, you're going to see what you want that reply display name to be, or also your text message or SMS, what that display name will be. You may want it to be an org and not your name. Those are decisions that you get to make. Once you're happy, click OK, and now that will be the default information for your communications. Now up here in New, you can either use the drop down, but I encourage you just to go ahead and click the word New. This gives you access to all pieces of your communication that you're capable of sending. Once again, confirming that you are representing the right org, because several of you may be in many orgs. You may be in a city, you may be a fire chief and be over a fire department, you may be at the county level. So just make sure that whatever org you're sending these messages, that you've got the right one represented. Once again, you can also click here to say I want the org name instead of my personal name. And the other way of doing that is over here in Options to ensure that you're sending it out with the proper reply display name. This is still the same as what you're used to in your To category. Let's go through each of these tabs. My people, that's going to be your personnel. This is not citizens, this is personnel. You can see I have regional services, and then I have the several different groups that are part of regional services. If you're at the county level, you may have departments in here. If you're at the city level, you may have departments in here. You may have volunteer groups in here. You may have city council or commissioners court that are listed in here. But these are individuals that are a part of your program, not the generic citizen who is registered to receive mass notification groups. My groups are groups that have been created. If you have a full license or a PL3 license, you have the ability to create special groups. And I'm going to open this up so you can see some of the groups that I've created. Here I have the Panhandle EMCs. Let me go up here. County judges, EMCs, fire chiefs, police chiefs. As a PL1, you do not have the capability of creating these groups, but if you would like a specialty group, let me know and I can help you out on that. Or your county emergency management coordinator also has the ability to create these groups. And so we can create some favorite groups. The cool thing about groups is that you can share them with other organizations so that everybody has kind of a shared email group list. Now over here you have what's called mass notice groups. These are your people that have actually registered for a specific thing. Now because I am in here as a PRPC regional services, the only groups that I have that were open groups people could register for are disaster volunteer or emergency preparedness notification. Now I'm going to close this for a minute and I'm going to run up here and I'm going to change me and I'm going to become Lake Tanglewood Office of Emergency Management. Now this is going to change the things that I can see. So when we open this mass notice group now, you can see that I now have the ability to access the Lake Tanglewood area watches, the generic city office or service notice, or emergency notices. Now this is your list of notifications. If you've been given permission, it's your list. So for text messaging and email, if you feel it is important enough to send, then you can access whoever you want. If you think that the burn ban is important for all of your people to receive as an emergency notice, you can definitely click this button and then go ahead and allow them to receive whatever the message is. We're going to do that so you can be reminded. Click the button, click 2. Okay, now you're populated right up here, and you can see those 539 people are now located in this little box. So we're going to say that that's all we want to do right now, and we're going to click close. And now let's say that this is going to be a template that we're going to create. And we're going to call the subject tornado on the ground. It is very important that when you're looking at these emergencies that you do very, very simple language. Acknowledge what the situation is, short, and then what you want them to do, short. You're not going to have a lot of time. If you want them to move fast, you need to specify what it is that the issue is and what you want them to do. So in this case, tornado on the ground. Now obviously with an email, you can have more detail if you want, but at this point when we're using tornado on the ground, I don't think you need to do a lot of detail. So we're going to say seek shelter immediately because it's that simple. That's all we care about. We don't need to give a lot of information because what do you want them to do? Seek shelter immediately. Now that will go out in an email to them. So now let's get over here into text messaging. With text messaging, I can go in and I can repeat the same thing. So let me go ahead and open that, and I'm just going to grab that right there and I'm going to copy it. That was a right click with my mouse, and then I can go here and paste it. And as you can see, now I have it in here, and I can convert to a template if I choose. I can send the test message to myself, or I can show how many people are going to receive this. So let's do a show summary so you can kind of have an idea. Okay, so of this, 532 people, 532 emails are in here. 350 people have provided a text message or SMS, and 3 people have a mobile app. Now we're going to talk about this mobile app a little later. That gives you an idea of how that message is going to be received or how many folks are going to do it. So let's hit close at this time because that was just a summary. If we want to save this message and convert it to a template, we need only do this. Convert to template. And now up here, what's our template name? Well, it's tornado on the ground. You want to keep it very succinct so that you're not confused about what you're sending out. Now, we would like to have that be available to send from a smartphone. So to do that, we just need click available for mobile use. And now this message, if we are not at our home and this were to occur, we could actually send this message directly from our cell phone. This template would be there. We'd have the ability to edit it, but if we didn't need to, we could literally pull it up and send it. Okay, so now we're going to save this, and now we've created a template that is only email and text message to the residents of Lake Tanglewood. All right, I'm going to go back in again. We're going to do a new message. I'm going to change my org this time to be one that where I have voice privileges. And I believe I've got that right here in Pampa. Okay, so same thing holds true. You would go into your new, you go into your mass notice group, you choose which group it is that you're sending the message to, click the 2, close. Okay. The same concepts as before, keeping it simple. What is going on and what do you want them to do? You would hope at this point that they are paying attention to the news. Now I'm going to scroll on down and we're going to get into the voice broadcast. Now I'm satisfied that this is simple and straightforward enough for my broadcast, so I'm just going to go over here where it says copy, click copy, and it's pasted in there. Now I want to listen to this and see if I like what it says and that the computer is picking up the typing appropriately. So let's hit speak, and now we're going to be able to hear.
This is a message from Emily Nolte. Tornado on the ground. Seek shelter immediately.
Okay, so I'm hoping that that was heard via this headset. So this particular message, now you can check it out and be comfortable with what exactly it's saying. Now I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to change this and type in an acronym so that you can get a good idea on whether the acronym is going to make it be understood easily. So let's go right back into speak and listen to it again.
This is a message from Emily Nolte. Tornado on the ground. Seek shelter ASAP.
So now you can see that by using ASAP, it kind of had a run-on appeal as opposed to the immediately. So let's go back again and do immediately and listen to that one more time.
This is a message from Emily Nolte. Tornado on the ground. Seek shelter immediately.
Okay, so you can see that immediately definitely had a clearer notice to the people about what it is that you want them to do. So let's continue on, and as you can see, that gave you an opportunity to be able to speak it. You can also upload if you want to do this in Spanish or some other language that's more appropriate to your community. You have the ability to actually create a WAV file on your computer and upload that WAV file. So if you're doing it in Burmese, you could have somebody who speaks the language be able to say that in Burmese and then load that up as part of your messaging. Okay, so that's a voicemail. And now we're going to go down here to text message, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to copy it from the email, and now it's in here. And I'm going to go ahead and open that broadcast up again. Okay, so now we've made a message that is tornado on the ground in an email. We're sending the voice message telling them the tornado's on the ground, and we're also doing a text message tornado on the ground. Now this will also go to the mobile app. So we're going to check, we won't check that mobile app, but we could. If we wanted this audio to be heard on the new mobile app, you could actually check that. A little out of order, but I want to bring this to your attention. With messaging such as this, you have the ability to save a little money if you know that they have a smartphone and don't need to have the voice messaging. So here it is, send to mobile app or text. Only call the people who don't have the mobile app or the text. So you could check that. Now I'm going to show you the difference. At this point, we're calling people's mobile, and we're also utilizing the mobile app, and we're going to go ahead and check primary, their primary phone that they've called their primary phone. Now we're going to go down in here. We've said call all recipients in this manner. Now we're going to do a show summary. This will kind of give you an idea how to justify the dollars. So 668 emails, 431 text messages, 687 voices. What that means is that somebody has provided a couple different numbers, mobile number or also their primary number. And then the mobile app, there's 9 people that have a mobile app. From that, they have the Paris regional minutes, and from those regional minutes, it would cost $61.83 to send this message. As you can see, it's 0.75 minutes long. So we're going to cancel $61.83. Let's remember that. Now I'm going to check this button right here. And if they have a mobile app or text messaging, they're not going to get a phone call. It'll only call those people who truly don't have any other alternative. Now I'm going to go back again, click on Show Summary. Remember, we were at $61.83. You can see we've now dropped it down to $22.95 because we've eliminated 431 people that have text messaging. So you can see how you can really leverage a good marketing campaign to get people to get their cell phones or smartphones registered, and then be able to really care for those people who don't have that option. Maybe it's your seniors, maybe it's special needs populations that don't have it. So those are your options. So let's hit close again. So that's how you can go in and check in regards to your templates. Now I'm going to go ahead and convert this to a template once more. Same concepts as we used before. What is the name going to be? Sorry about the typing. And I want this to be available for mobile use. And if you want to go in and create categories or incident types, if you want to share that template with somebody else, if you are at the city level and you have the ability to launch mass notices to your citizens, then you might want to share this with the county emergency management coordinator. So that way you have backup for your different templates. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of that so that they don't inherit what I've created. I do not want to save. Now we're going to go back and I'm going to go in here, right here. This is actually where you can drill down to have your only templates. There may be some folks out there who have accidentally shared their templates with you. It's not a big deal, and we're going to try to help them clean that up. But let's go into the owner org. I'm going to uncheck that, and I'm just going to go down to Lake Tanglewood so we can see that one template we created. Apply. Now there's the template. I have two ways of accessing this template. If I feel like the weather's changed, maybe I want to give a little direction, maybe I know that it's going to be south of the village, then I could actually click the edit button and I can go in there and actually type in and say tornado on the ground south of the village. I can actually put in specifically, and then once again I would save this message. So I'm not going to save it, so let me go back out. Now let's say that I am literally having to launch this message. I'm anywhere. I am at a neighbor's house or I'm at a family member's house and I'm not down in the village, but I need to get this message launched. From a desktop, I would click on Tornado on the Ground, making sure I'm confirming that I have the right group in here. Quick look at my email, and in this case, I could have done a voice message, so I'm going to go ahead and copy that in there. And now I've got my text message, and I'm confident with what I have in here, so I would hit send. Now I'm not going to do that obviously, but you need to know when you hit send, a block will come up and it's going to give you the summary. The reason that is if you have accidentally chosen the wrong group and this message comes up and it says you're only launching to 2 people, you have the ability to correct that instead of thinking that who you launched it to that you covered everybody. So always remember when you're ready to send, you click send, look at your summary and ensure that you're hitting the number of people you expected to hit, and then hit send again. Now we're going to go into this show summary. We have said please call all recipients. So let's do that show summary real quick. Okay, you can see it's going to cost $48.51 to send to everybody. And that's 539 voices and 350 text messages. So remember, 48.51. We're going to close it. Now we're going to go in and we're going to click that button again. If they have a smartphone, they're going to get it that way. And let's go ahead and check the primary. And let's go ahead and check the mobile app because you could also hear on the mobile app. But I'm saying if you've got a text message, we're not going to call you. We're going to call those people who really need it. Once again, show summary. You can see we've now dropped it to $17. So quite a bit of savings there. And so a marketing campaign on getting folks to register their smartphones or to download the mobile apps are truly the way to go. So let's go ahead and close this right now. And I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here because I want you guys to see. I'm going to show you what the mobile app looks like. Now what you're going to type in is going to be i-info.com/mobile, and this is what you would type into your smartphone. The view that I'm showing you now is what it would look like on your smartphone. You would log in with your information. I'm going to go ahead and put remember me, and then we log in, and this is what your smartphone would look like. You'd have a list of different information. You'd have your search engine, so you could be, once again, typing my name in because you need my phone number. We use this a lot, and it's been real good when you're on the road. You click on the name, and now you've got a phone number, and you'll have the same interface that you do with your own messaging system. So if you just touch that phone number, it will ask if you want to do a voice call. Same thing with your email. It will tie into your current default mail system. So let's go back. So that's kind of a cool feature. But at this point, we want to launch that message. So you're going to hit COMM, C-O-M-M, in the upper right. It's going to take you to the communications part of this. And we're going to pull up templates. Now, I have a lot of templates, once again, that are shared with me. You would not have that. You would just have that message that was created. So instead of running down and trying to find that right now, we're going to go ahead and pretend that this one that Ochiltree County created is the correct one. So you would pick the template that you created, hitting the gray area. Now in this case, it is a voice call. It is hitting the 911 database that has been loaded for Ochiltree County. So it's going to remind you that this better be really, really bad. And you're going to say, I accept, continue. And in this case, it's tornado. You may or may not have that, or you don't need to use it if you have to. And you can see that this message has been created, tornado on the ground. They're kind of leaving it open to put in where near Perryton is going to be. They also have automatic folks that are being CC'd in on this. So you can see the judge and the city manager that are included in this and us. So I know they've launched a message if I need to help them. And then once again, text message, the voice broadcast, it's all right here. The disaster minutes, the pool of money that's being utilized is in there. And then the last thing that's going to happen is you're going to click save and off it goes. So I'm not obviously going to do that, but or to hit send. Now you could hit the test message and that would give you the opportunity to review it also. So that's what it would look like on your phone. Kind of gives you an idea how to do that. So I'm going to back out again. What I want you to do, and I'm going to go ahead and go into the PowerPoint and I'm going to type this address in so that you're aware of how you want to be able to access the new app. When you go into your Apple Store or your Google Store, you're going to search for Fully Connect. Fully Connect is an iInfo app. And so if someone has created a login within iInfo, when they download that app, they will log in and now all their messaging is going to be received. In addition to the other ways, it'll also be received by the Fully Connect app, both email, text messaging, and their weather alerts. So it's a nice little app to contain all the important messages that are being launched from the iInfo system, as opposed to having to go to your text message or to your email. All those messages are now neatly contained into one particular environment. So I know this was a lot of information, but I'm hoping this will kind of give you a reminder of what the PL1 license can do for you in regards to my communications. If you need any specific one-on-one time, please feel free to call me and we can get into a go-to meeting together and I can watch what you're doing and guide you along. If you want to practice, feel free to use my email in there and you can launch as many messages as you want. And we can see how your templates look, how they were received by me, and see if there's any best practices that are being done out there by other jurisdictions. So we thank you very much for attending this particular training series, and we hope to provide more to you in the future.